Welcome to Dashing Dish. It's Christmas time, and nobody loves to throw a party quite like my sisters and I do. Come join us in the kitchen as we show you tips and tricks on how to spice up your next holiday party. The Christmas menu includes the ever crowd-pleasing $1 Million Dip, prepared in 5 minutes and living up to its name. Spicy, sweet, savory firecracker meatballs, making your taste buds explode. Perfectly portioned, skinny mini lasagnas, just 110 calories with all the traditional flavors. And it's not a Christmas party without a decadent dessert. Why not try these peanut butter cup cookies, combining cookie and candy for the win? It's Christmas, and my sisters and I are sharing our favorite things coming up. It wouldn't be Christmas in my house without some sort of dip. It's the perfect appetizer. And so we're gonna make one of my favorites, which is called a $1 Million Dip. We started with one 8-ounce package of Greek yogurt cream cheese, but you could also use organic or 1/3 less fat cream cheese. We just softened it in a bowl, and to this I'm gonna add 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt, which is a nice balance between a little bit of creaminess with the cream cheese and also a little bit lighter and healthier with the Greek yogurt. It also adds protein as well. Then I'm gonna give it a quick mix with my hand mixer here. There you go. You just wanna get it to the point where it's nice and creamy. Then to this is really simple. We're just gonna add a 1/2 cup of cooked and crumbled bacon. You could do bacon bits, 1 cup of cheddar cheese, and I like to save just a little bit to go on top, a 1/3 cup of almonds, and you could do toasted or roasted almonds. Again, I'm gonna save just a little for the top, and then just some green onions. And the $1 Million Dip gets its name from the very first person that created it at a department store, and they made it for their cafe or their kitchen, and everybody loved it so much that they said they would pay $1 million for it. And you can see how simple it is, but you look at these ingredients and these flavors, and how could they not taste like $1 million? So we're just gonna stir these ingredients into the cream cheese mixture just until it's all combined. That looks good. Then I'm gonna take a little platter that I made up here with just some whole grain crackers and a little bowl, and we can make it look nice and pretty. And I love this dip any time of year, even in the summer, because it's nice that you can serve it cold with just some veggies and some crackers at the poolside. But I think that dips just remind me of the holidays because they really are the perfect way to bring a crowd together before a meal. All right, that looks great. Now I'm gonna bring Emily in the kitchen and we're gonna get started on the party menu. One of the things that I think of the most when I think about Maddie at Christmas time is our attempt to put her on Santa's lap. Every single year from the time she was 6 months old, her very first Christmas, up until this last Christmas, she has had a terrible experience with Santa, and she usually ends up freaking out before we even put her near him. But us being the parents that are so selfish and want that picture, you know, kind of force the subject, and then we end up with a picture that's hilarious. And we'll probably use at her wedding for years to come. Okay, so Emily, we're gonna make a really good Christmas appetizer, and really this can be dinner as well, but I think that this works good because it's an appetizer that's a little more hearty. It sticks with you. Some firecracker meatballs.
Never heard of them.
So basically, firecrackers just like spicy. Okay. And it really does have a spark in your mouth. It's delicious. So I'm gonna have you make the meatballs.
Okay.
We have ground chicken or turkey, or you could even do beef. A 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs, we did panko, and 1 egg, and then just some seasonings here.
Perfect.
We have onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and salt. A 1/2 teaspoon of each of those.
Awesome. Okay.
And I'm gonna get started on the sauce for this. So firecracker sauce is, just like it sounds, very bursting with flavor and spicy. So we're gonna do a ½ cup of hot sauce. And then to this, I'm gonna add 1 cup of sweetener, and then 2 tablespoons of ketchup. And this gives like an acidic vinegar component to it. So it sounds strange, but it all works out and blends together perfectly. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this going here over the heat. I have it on medium-low heat. And you can just kind of get in there, even with your hands if you want.
Okay, that might be easier.
Yeah, I find that when I mix any kind of meat, it's easier to just go in it with your hands. So I'm excited about the party tonight. We're gonna be having our Sarah's Favorite Things party, and it's one of my absolute favorite parties that she throws every year. Now she throws a lot of parties.
She does. She is like party queen.
She is. So you can go ahead and make these into meatballs,
Okay.
and you can put them on the baking sheet pan that we lined with parchment paper, and really just golf ball size will work good. And I'm gonna bring this sauce to a simmer. Well, those meatballs look perfect, and this sauce looks great. We brought it to a simmer, and now it's just going to reduce down, and it'll get a little bit thicker as it starts to cool down. We're gonna bake these meatballs at 450 degrees for 15 minutes. And it seems like a really high heat, but that's actually a great temperature to do meatballs because they get a little bit more crisp on the outside and tender and juicy on the inside. And then when they're totally cooled, we'll just pour the sauce over it, or you could just dip them in the sauce, and we'll put little toothpicks in, and they'll be perfect for an appetizer. Coming up next, my sister Sarah joins us via Zoom from California to talk all about our favorite things while we prepare skinny mini lasagnas, the perfect appetizer that's only 110 calories. Sarah is definitely the lead of the pack.
She is.
She is true to her firstborn nature. She has always been the one to rein us in and be the ringleader. And in fact, when we were little, she would always put on plays for us or plays with us, and we would be her little puppets.
We would be the little
She would conduct us and tell us how to dress and how to act and what to say.
She was a producer.
It was hilarious because I don't know how, but I always ended up in a trash bag. That was my costume for every single play.
I was always the princess
that we put on. And Emily took the microphone in the head stage, and I was somewhere doing something with a trash bag on.
And I knocked her out of the way. True story, in every video. That's just who I am, the youngest.
Now I'm acting truer to my big sister nature. I kick her out of the way, especially in the kitchen.
Yeah. It was interesting growing up with 3. You know, at different stages of life, there was, we had different bonds. You know, I remember you and Sarah had special connections, and you guys were in school together. And then as Sarah went to high school and you and I were in middle school together, we had a special bond. But now what I love most is at the stage of life we're all in, that we're all married with kids, like it's like there's no difference of age, no difference of stage of life. We all get to do life together.
And it's truly the most special thing in the whole world that we get to raise our families together. And that's brought us closer than ever.
Yes.
Hey, Sarah!
What's up, girls?
Good to see you.
I miss you.
I miss you.
Well,
you
Sarah, we've been talking all about you, and we've been cooking and getting ready for the Favorite Things party. And I know that this year you won't be able to host since you're in California, but we've been talking about what an amazing host you are, and also, obviously, the best big sister, putting on all of the plays growing up, putting me in trash bags.
Princess!
So
I was just prepping you for stardom today. That's all.
That's right. That's true. But I know that a ton of the viewers are going to have the question, what is this Favorite Things party all about, and how do you play it? What are the rules? So I would love if you could share it, because it's going to be a really fun party for anyone to throw at the holidays.
Or most importantly, they're thinking, how do I get invited? So
That's true.
The favorite things party truly is the most favorite memory of the year with all of our favorite friends. And it is something that we have hosted annually. And it is just something that not only I enjoy hosting, but people so look forward to attending. In fact, in the fall, text messages start going and people are like, what's your gift for this year? And we get super competitive too. So a little bit about the favorite things party. Every girl or every guest brings 3 of their favorite things, but legit, it's gotta be their favorite. You can't cheat, right? Can't white elephant it. It's gotta be 3 of your favorites. And we wrap it really well because we actually do a contest, a prize for the best wrapping. And then we go and put all of our names into a hat 3 times. So I would write my name, Sarah, on a piece of paper 3 times, we put it in a hat, and then we go around and we pick 3 new names. Can't have your own. You don't want to have double of the same person, but 3 different names. And the reason being is whoever's name I got, I get their gift. And we go around and we open up gifts, and it's really cool because each person gets to share what they brought, so what their favorite thing is and why. And not only do we leave with 3 new favorites from our friends, but we also get a bunch of really good ideas of things that maybe we'll buy later. It's funny, everybody's pulling out their phone and purchasing things on Amazon. We typically do $20-ish gifts, so you'll do that times 3, wrap it really well. And we do a prize for best wrapping. We vote on that. And then we vote on the gift we wish we would have gotten, so our favorite favorites. And we do give a prize for that. And I always choose some of my favorite things to give for the grand prize. I also serve some of our favorite foods. And of course, we have Dashing Dish Catering, our awesome dessert bar, which is her trifles, which are for sure a favorite for all of our friends. So we absolutely love that, look forward to that, probably even more than the gifts, but it's a close tie. So it's so fun. It's fun to be with my sisters, with my family, and a memory that we cherish always.
It truly is. It's a party that we look forward to all year. It's definitely our favorite party, favorite things.
It's true.
And I don't know if anyone can throw it quite like you. I have to say, even though we'll try, it'll never be replicated. And we were talking about how you make it so special with all the individual gifts on the tables, and you just make every girl feel so special. And not only that, but your grand prize gift for getting the best gift.
Pretty extravagant.
It's pretty amazing. We all want to win it.
True.
So you make
it
it
makes
really
you not
special.
want to cheat, right?
It's
It's
true.
true.
No cheating.
It's true.
You are truly the hostess with the mostest, and we are trying to replicate your party, but you do have a very special touch in everything that you do. So we love you, and we thank you for all the times that you have thrown the best party.
We
We're
love
gonna do our
hosting
best.
them with you and throwing parties with you in general, but nothing beats being together in person. But thank you for sharing all about your favorite things party, and thanks for being on with us today. We love seeing you, we love seeing your face, and we miss you.
Love you, miss you guys.
Love you. So the next appetizer we're gonna make for the party is our skinny mini lasagnas. And these are perfectly portioned, so they're made in muffin tins. So everyone at the party can walk around and enjoy them, and that's the perfect kind of party food if you ask me. So I'm gonna have you start by taking these wonton wrappers, and you can find them in any grocery store, and you just put one in to a muffin tin just like that, just so it rests in there. And I like to double up. You don't have to, but I like to just to make sure that the lasagnas have a really good base. So just 2 kind of crisscrossed like that, and when they bake up, they're lightly crispy and they almost taste like pasta. So it goes really well with the lasagna filling, which I'm gonna get started on. I have a meat base to the filling, and you're gonna do a cheese base. So we're gonna layer it just like a traditional lasagna, but this is much easier than lasagna.
Yeah.
So I got my ground chicken that I'm cooking here, and you can use any kind of ground meat that you like, and I'm just gonna break it up as it cooks over medium to medium-high heat, just until it's cooked through. And to the pan, I'm also gonna add some seasonings. I'm gonna do a half teaspoon of garlic powder, and we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And I think that these flavors go really well with lasagna, so anytime I'm making an Italian dish, you will see that I use garlic powder and Italian seasoning. And then I have 1 small onion that's really finely diced. Of course, you could leave this out if you don't like onion. And I'm just gonna kind of cook these together in the saute pan here. I love Christmas, don't you?
I do. It's my favorite holiday.
Me too. I think it's just because it reminds me of our family. It reminds me of childhood, home.
Yeah.
In fact, even to this day, we still have Christmas together at my parents' house.
We sure do.
All of us, all the grandkids, we all gather together, our husbands, and it's so wonderful because we all spend the night at my mom and
We
dad's.
even bring the dogs. So there
Yes.
are many years that we've
Yes.
had 4 dogs.
It's
Like
crazy.
5 dogs.
It's crazy
Now
to
all
think.
the grandkids. It's fun even as adults coming home to mom's for Christmas and spending the night because it's the only time the entire year that we are all together
Yeah.
overnight. We wake up in our PJs and we have a nice big breakfast.
And I think I appreciate it even more now that Sarah and Phil are in California because it really is a special time that we all get to be together, and it's a guarantee that we're all together at Christmas time, which is so amazing. And I think that my favorite memories as a kid growing up is the fact that Dad turned on the fireplace, he put on the music, he got the whole scene set, so
He
when we
did.
came downstairs, it felt super special.
Yeah.
But now, the most special part, without a doubt, is seeing the little kids in the morning.
best.
There's nothing better than seeing them run down the stairs and saying, "Did Santa come? Did Santa come?"
It's like we're living Christmas all over again, but through our children, and to see
It's true.
that Christmas excitement through our children's eyes is the most thrilling part of the entire year.
It's true. It's the best. Nothing beats it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna add to this, now that it's almost cooked through, 1 cup of marinara or pizza sauce. Any of your favorite tomato sauces will go well with this, and stir it in. And you can add, go ahead and add to the bowl Parmesan cheese, 1 cup of cottage cheese, and 1 egg, and then just kind of stir that together.
Perfect.
And we did a half cup of Parmesan there. And then when you get that all stirred together, we can start to layer the lasagnas.
I would have never thought lasagna would be a finger food, but this is because it's kind of a messy dish. And
Right.
How fun is it to put them in these little cups that are pretty sturdy too?
But what's so wonderful about lasagna is it really is like home.
It
It's
is.
like a comfort food, and who doesn't love lasagna? Whenever I think about what I'm gonna make for a party, I'm usually the one to make the food for Sarah's party. So I'm always thinking about what would everybody like what's something that would be a crowd pleaser. And lasagna, you can't go wrong.
I like that you use cottage cheese. Usually lasagna calls for ricotta. So why do you use cottage cheese for this?
So cottage cheese is just a little bit lighter than ricotta as far as calories go, but it also has a good protein punch in it.
Okay.
And it tastes honestly just the same. It's
Yeah.
just more nutritious. So this is just the layered kind of thing that you expect with lasagna. And then of course we'll top it with some wonderful melty cheese on top. And you can even make these in advance. I like anything that you can make in wonton wrappers, usually about a day before the party because they hold up really well. You don't want to make them too far in advance, but about a day before would be great. And then we're just going to top these with some cheese, and we'll put these in the oven 425 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes until the cheese is nice and melted. One fun idea for a gift exchange that doesn't cost a lot of money is a cookie swap. Each guest comes to the party with a batch of their best cookie in hand. Once everyone arrives, the host can arrange all the different types of treats on a table, and then every guest takes a few favorites from each batch. You come to the party with one kind of cookie, but leave with a delicious variety. Coming up next, my party planning sisters are here to share all their Christmas celebration secrets as we make traditional peanut butter cup cookies with half the sugar and calories. Well, you couldn't have Christmas without cookies, and this is my personal favorite Christmas cookie. Absolutely, hands down, because it has chocolate and peanut butter. So you can't go wrong in my book. We have 1 cup of softened peanut butter that we have in a bowl here, and to this I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of sweetener, a 1/4 cup of oat flour, and this just helps the cookie bind together, and then 1 egg. And then we're also gonna do 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So really simple. And it's basically just your traditional peanut butter cookie. However, we did oat flour, which makes it a little bit healthier. And you could do any kind of sweetener you like. You could do monk fruit, stevia, sugar in the raw, coconut sugar. And it is gonna make a really delicious peanut butter cookie. When I think about growing up, Christmas to me reminds me of my mom in so many ways of baking and making Christmas cookies. That was one thing that we did together as kids every single year. It was a tradition to make and decorate Christmas cookies. And even now, it's really special because all of the grandkids make Christmas cookies at my mom's house. So sometime in the month of December, we get together as a family and all the kids make Christmas cookies, and it's so much fun to watch them decorate. Okay, so what you wanna do is you wanna take some of this dough, you wanna roll it between your hands and make little balls. And I have a mini muffin tin here, and you wanna spray it with cooking spray. And we're just gonna kind of set the little balls in there, and they should be just about as big as the muffin tin. So what we're gonna do once these cookies are done baking, we're gonna bake them for about 20 minutes. And once they're out of the oven, we're gonna put our peanut butter cup inside. And if you haven't noticed, there are a ton of different peanut butter cups now that are a little bit better for you. There's organic options, and there's different brands and companies that have made them lower in sugar and a little bit better as far as the ingredients go. So go ahead and find ones that work for you. And all you do is you set the peanut butter cup into the cookie when it's starting to cool. And when the cookie's completely cool, it forms a nice little peanut butter cookie around the candy. And to me, that just says Christmas because you have cookies and candy all in one. And I actually created this recipe with a little bit of a healthier spin after trying it at a cookie exchange. I tried it and I knew that this would be my absolute favorite Christmas cookie ever because peanut butter and chocolate, of course, you can't go wrong. And so I decided to put a little bit of a spin on it, make it a little bit healthier. And these look great. We're gonna put them in the oven, 350 degrees for 20 minutes. We'll pull them out and we'll put the candy inside and let them cool completely. Well, Em, I had so much fun with you getting ready for our favorite things party. Are you all ready?
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the cookie. Can I do that?
Yeah, definitely. All the food looks wonderful, and I think all of our guests are gonna really enjoy all these appetizers and of course the cookie. So go ahead and try one. Let me know what you think. It was so much fun to join in with Sarah too, even though she can't be here with us. It was so wonderful to connect, and thank God for all the wonderful technology that allows us to do that. I hope you guys get a chance to make these recipes for your next holiday party. And for all of these wonderful appetizers and more, you can head over to dashanddish.com where you'll find recipes and more to nourish your body and soul.
As I'm holding the cookie the whole time.
So before you leave, there's one request, and Robin, the producer, asked, "What are the details about this garbage bag?"
Well, let's just lay out the view for the viewers here. I'm the youngest, so I always got spoiled the most. You're the oldest, so you always put on the show, and Kate's the middle, so I was the princess. So tell us how you dressed Katie.
It's true. So I, being the leader, right, the firstborn, would direct all of the plays, and my sisters were my subjects. And I always made the babies, Emily, the princess, and all of the beautiful characters. So for example, little Bunny Fufu, she was the fairy godmother, and Katie was Bunny Fufu.
Yes.
And her costume was a trash bag, which was supposed to be a bunny suit, and paper plates for ears. So like I said, I was simply setting her up for stardom today. She worked her way through the hard times.
Yes.
And here she is on TV.
Well, thank you. I'm thankful that I am not traumatized by this trash
You may
bag.
have some wounds.
You know, God got me through it. He got me through.
And now look who's on stage now, right?
After a lot of years of working through our issues.